I'm joined by Taylor women's cross country head coach Quinn White to look back at the 2021 season for he and the Trojans. Another year, Quinn, another podium finish, second one in a row out at the national meet. You and the Trojans finished fourth overall in the entire country. What led to that strong performance this year?
Well, what led to it was just the progress of the whole season. Having goals that we wanted to be on the podium. Anytime you can get on the podium, even if you're ranked one, it's difficult. There are so many variables, so many challenges. So a goal was to be on the podium, and we worked hard for it.
You look at the All-Americans your team was able to bring home this year. 3 all first-time honorees with 2 of your seniors in Abby Brennan and Giovanna Domeni, and then the sophomore Anna Vanderwall. They've been near the top all year. Why were they so strong throughout this entire year, and particularly on the big stage at the national meet?
Well, I think one of the reasons they did so well at nationals is they have national experience. This was the first time that Abby had been to cross nats, but she has a lot of track nats experience and a national title in the 4x8. But, we set our season up to get us ready for this meet, and one of those was going to Louisville, hitting 30-some D1 schools, and we got beat pretty badly. But it was all part of the process, knowing that, we got to battle through numbers and we're not necessarily going to be right up front. So that was a really good, purposeful meet for us to specifically be ready for this one.
You look at that Louisville meet, what went into that decision? How long have you been thinking about making that change? Because that's something that's it's kind of a tough decision to make with a team that's been as successful as yours.
It is tough. There's one side. It's like if we ran the NAIA race, most likely we would have won. There were 2 other good NAIA schools, Cornerstone and St. Francis. They went in the big race. Those were 2 of the only schools that had beaten us all year up to the national meet when Milligan beat us as well. It's do we stay in the NAIA race? Excuse me. Do we stay in the NAIA race and get experience just with a lot of other NAIA teams, but we're going to be up near the front. And at Nats, we're not going to be up quite that much. So we took the gamble and we said, let's go and run these D1s and see how we do. And we really didn't have a good day, but we were able to spin it and use it as a positive for the national meet.
You guys also picked up your 9th straight Crossroads League championship. That's the most consecutive wins in the history of the Crossroads League. Kind of you look at the season overall, what was it like to coach this team in 2021?
It's very special. Great group of young ladies. Just the 3 seniors are fantastic leaders, and I've seen that developing from their freshman year on. We got a great group of juniors and just 2 sophomores, but both of them are just outstanding people and outstanding runners, and a really special freshman class. So putting all that together, we knew we had an opportunity to do something at nationals, and of course, hopefully continue the streak. You never know what other schools are going to bring in, if they're going to bring in transfers or, people develop. Let's be honest, Abby Brennan's development this year was phenomenal. I don't know if there's anyone in the Crossroads League that expected her to do what she did. So you just never know. So one of the things that we try to focus on is just being the best we can be that day and not really focusing on the other teams.
You mentioned Abby a couple of times. She and Gio, along with Corinne O'Leary, are your 3 seniors this year. You've been the head coach for numerous seasons here on the women's cross country side, and you talked about it a little bit ago. The strong connectivity, it sounded like, from all 4 classes. What's that like as the head coach to see that tradition that started many years ago and has been a common theme throughout your time as the head coach? That even though another class of seniors graduates, will graduate here in May, there's still that connectivity and that still family-like atmosphere of the women's cross-country team, bringing these freshmen along, bringing younger runners that maybe are into a new role here this season.
It's culture. And we have a philosophy, run with, not against. So we truly celebrate each other's successes. We motivate each other. We challenge each other. We talk like crazy in practice. We talk like crazy in meets. And when you have that unity and you believe in each other, and it's not I have to be faster than you and I have to make sure have a varsity spot, and you truly run with each other and celebrate each other's successes, it just makes the whole atmosphere better.
Congrats, another great year. Thanks for all the time, and enjoy some time off. You'll get ready for the indoor and outdoor track and field season, then we'll get back to it next fall out at UXC Farm.
Thanks, Rick.
That's Quinn White, the Taylor Women's Cross Country head coach, joining me today. For up-to-date information on Taylor Women's Cross Country, just log on to TaylorTrojans.com.